This guy gains the ability to become one of the most fearsome and invincible devil, but his only goal in life is to touch some boobs. Our story starts with Denji walking down a dim alley, his hand reaching for a door before snapping back to reality. Preparing to start work, Denji counts how much debt he still owes the Yakuza after selling his body parts. Pochita, Denji's cuddly companion, barked to alert him of the Tomato Devil's presence. As Denji finishes the Tomato Devil off, an old man from the Yakuza shows up and informs Denji that this kill will fetch 400,000 yen in the black market. But after various deductions and bills, Denji is left with only 1,800 yen. The old man reminds Denji that he is repaying the debt left behind by his dead father. A Yakuza member offers Denji 100 yen to eat a cigarette, which he gladly accepts, spitting it out immediately after they drove off. Back at home, Denji dreams of simple pleasures which he can only dream of due to the debt he has been burdened with, such as eating bread with jam and getting together with a girl someday. Of course, that is a dream to some of us too. Denji recalls the old man demanding repayment at his father's grave and meeting an injured Pochita. Signing a contract with Pochita, Denji offered it blood in exchange for its help as he sees becoming a devil hunter his only way of survival. Hungry and exhausted, Denji coughed up blood, but he couldn't even catch a break as the old man arrived to fetch him to his next job. Led into a factory, Denji and Pochita were suddenly stabbed from the back as the old man revealed that the Yakuza have made a deal with the zombie devil. Transforming the Yakuza into zombies and filled with hatred towards devil hunters, the zombie devil orders his zombies to kill Denji, who was too wounded to defend himself. Overwhelmed and torn apart, Denji's body parts were thrown into a dumpster along with Pochita. As his blood seeps into Pochita's mouth, we see a flashback of Denji giving Pochita full permission to take over his body if he happens to be killed someday, telling Denji that it is giving him its heart in exchange for showing it his dreams. Pochita fuses with Denji to heal his body. As a fully recovered Denji emerges from the dumpster, the zombie devil orders the zombies to eat him up. Angered by Pochita's death and the Yakuza's greed, Denji pulled a ripcord in his chest and transforms into a monster with chainsaws for arms and face. Denji tears through the horde of zombies and charges towards the zombie devil. Fearing for its life, the zombie devil attempted to keep Denji away but failed to stop him as Denji slices right through the zombie devil. As the remaining zombies converged onto him, Denji vows to free himself from his debts once and for all and engages in battle. The next day, a lady with piercing eyes named Makima arrives at the factory. Makima surveys the carnage and finds Denji, who was still in his devil form. Denji asks for a hug, and Makima obliges immediately, reverting Denji back to his human form. Makima introduces herself as a public safety devil hunter and gave Denji a choice between dying as a devil or living as her servant. All Denji asked for was the breakfast menu, and when he heard that there will always be bread and jam, Denji stated in disbelief that his best dream just came true. In the car, Denji apologizes as his stomach growls. Makima reminds Denji that he's under her care now and demands absolute obedience from him. Denji's stomach growls again, and Makima said that she will get them food as he was too broke to do so. Overwhelmed by Makima's kindness, Denji immediately fell in love with her but faints as he was weak from blood loss and hunger. As Denji woke up, Makima offers to feed him as he was still too weak. Denji asks what type of men Makima likes. Makima smiles and replied that she likes Denji-type guys, leaving him happier than ever. Makima brought Denji to the Public Safety Devil Hunter HQ and explains that he will be working under a senior hunter named Aki. Having fantasized about working with Makima, Denji resisted initially but relented after she reassured him that they might work together someday if he behaves. Aki leads Denji into an alley and punches him repeatedly after he asked if Makima was attached. Aki orders Denji to quit as he has seen too many new hunters with the wrong motivation die. Turning to leave, Aki was surprised by a kick from behind aimed right at his manhood. Declaring that he fights dirty, Denji kicks Aki's balls repeatedly and states that he will risk everything for his newfound happiness. Back at HQ, Denji tries to pass off Aki's injuries as an attack from the testicle devil. Makima assigns Denji to Aki's experimental unit and explains that he will be treated as a devil and eliminated if he refuses to comply. Denji moves in with Aki and immediately left a mess everywhere in the house. During a mission, Denji kills a devil with an axe, and when Aki asked why he chose not to transform, he explained that his chainsaw form was too brutal on his enemies. This angers Aki as he despises sympathy towards devils who once slaughtered his family. However, it turns out that Denji's true motive was to prevent blood from spilling onto the porn magazines scattered around. Denji thought about how he felt empty despite seemingly having everything in life now, and concludes that his new life goal is to touch Makima's boobs. Makima introduces Denji to the Blood Devil, Power, and warns them that consequences for both will be severe if their experimental unit fails. Denji was skeptical at first, but immediately accepts Power once he notices her sizable breasts. On a hunt, Denji and Power fail to find any devils, and Power attributes it to her fearsome presence. Denji reminds himself that he can deal with crazy people if they are sexy enough. Suddenly smelling blood, Power charges toward the sea cucumber devil, which was about to battle with a human devil hunter. Conjuring a massive hammer with her blood, Power jumped off the building and obliterates the devil in one swift strike. Makima informs Power that she had obstructed a human devil hunter by going after his target. Hearing that she might get arrested for it, Power lies that it was Denji who made her kill the devil. Denji denies it and calls Power the bullshit devil. As Denji and Power squabbled, Makima tells them to keep it down, and they stopped arguing immediately, promising her that they will work well together. As Denji buys a drink, Power pets a cat and reveals her affection for felines, although she despised humans and devils. Power shares about how her cat Maoi was kidnapped by a devil, and that she would do anything to save it. Denji scoffs and labels Power as foolish to go so far for a cat before admitting that he might do the same for Pochita. Aware of his desire to cop a feel, Power casually offers to let Denji touch her chest if he helps to retrieve Maoi. This offer got Denji fired up, and he was determined to confront the devil responsible. After securing approval for their outing, they traveled to the devil's hideout. Power warns that she might not be able to fight the devil if it uses Maoi as a fluffy shield, and mocks Denji's sentimentality about Pochita. Despite her comments, Denji remains focused on his one and only goal. Reaching their destination, Power unexpectedly knocks Denji out and delivers him to the Bat Devil in exchange for Maoi. The wounded Bat Devil eagerly drinks Denji's blood to heal, but tossed him aside after it realized how disgusting the blood tasted. With its body restored, the Bat Devil went back on its promise to Power and swallows Maoi. Reflecting on her bond with Maoi, Power told Denji that she finally understood his grief over Pochita, just as the Bat Devil swallows her up. As the It flies toward the city seeking human targets, it notices Denji clinging onto its legs and drinking its blood. Recovered as well, Denji transforms into his chainsaw form and launched a ferocious attack on the Bat Devil, cutting off its limbs and sending them both straight into a building. Taking their fight into the city, the Bat Devil threw a car at Denji, who caught it mid-air and swung it back with little regard for the passenger inside. The Bat Devil released a supersonic echo blast at Denji, who dodges the attack before launching himself at the Bat Devil, slicing it apart in a flurry of chainsaws. Waking up with Maoi in her arms and surrounded by the Bat Devil's remains, Power questions Denji about his decision to save her, but Denji simply points to his motivation from the start: Power's large breasts. Power dismisses it as foolish, but after apologizing to Denji for the earlier betrayal, she kept her promise and offered to let him touch her chest. As Denji screams in excitement, his entire arm was suddenly blown off by the Leech Devil, who proceeds to eat it. A weakened Power urges Denji to escape with Maoi, but he transformed to fight instead, although he could only manifest small chainsaws as he was weakened from the earlier fight. Revealing herself as the Bat Devil's girlfriend, the Leech Devil vows to kill Power but spares Denji as she found him attractive. Angry that everyone is looking down on his dream to grope titties, Denji attacks with his small chainsaw and manages to cut the Leech Devil's neck. Despite his determination, the injured Denji was ultimately outmatched and impaled by its tongue. Aki arrives just in time, and the Leech Devil's head was devoured by his summon, the Fox Devil. Denji wakes up in the hospital, and Aki reveals that he exchanges parts of his body for the Fox Devil's power in their contract. Despite suspecting that Power tried to kill Denji, Aki covers up for them in his report to Makima, who noted that Aki seems more flexible and hints that his personality is changing from Denji's influence. While Aki and Denji were relaxing at home, Power burst through the door and announced that Makima had ordered her to live with them. She quickly frustrates Aki and even Denji with her chaotic lifestyle. As Denji angrily unclogs the toilet which Power caused, she appears and offered him 3 squeezes of her breasts as a reward for saving Maoi, killing the Bat Devil and protecting her. Overwhelmed with excitement, Denji thinks of Power as an angel. Denji finally got his wish granted, but was quickly underwhelmed when he realized that Power's breasts were enhanced by pads. Power boasts about the encounter before leaving Denji behind, disappointed, and his mood remained low for days. Makima notices his lack of enthusiasm, and when she asked about it, Denji questions if the pursuit of a goal is more satisfying than actually achieving it. Makima tells Denji that intimacy feels much better when there is an emotional connection, and teases him as she demonstrated how meaningful physical experiences can really be. Suddenly placing Denji's hand on her chest, Makima promises to grant him any one wish if he defeats the Gun Devil which killed Aki's family many years ago. Explaining its history and strength, Makima reveals that fragments of the Gun Devil are scattered worldwide, and aside from strengthening devils who consume them, these fragments lead to each other, and they will be able to locate the Gun Devil if they gather enough fragments. Using a fragment, Denji's team arrive at Hotel Moran, where another one resides within. A rookie hunter named Hirokazu questioned if they could trust Denji and Power, but Aki reassured him that their presence would be helpful. Himeno, a senior devil hunter in the team, motivates Denji by promising him a French kiss if he defeats the devil. An eager Denji charges ahead as the jealous Hirokazu tried to stop him. Watching the chaotic rookies, Himeno asked Aki if he expects them to survive, but he dodges her question by stating that survival is never guaranteed regardless of the devil hunter's strength. A small devil attacked them but was frozen mid-air by Himeno's ghost devil before Power sliced it into two. The group continued their search as this weak devil did not possess the fragment that they are after. Passing by a stain, Hirokazu notices that it seemed familiar and realizes that they are still on the 8th floor despite having taken the stairs. Upon investigation, the group realize that they are seemingly trapped on the 8th floor. Realizing that they are stuck in a time loop, Aki confirms that they must be under the influence of a devil's power, as every escape attempt leads them back to the 8th floor. He deduces that time is frozen and that no rescue will be coming from the outside. Kobeni, the easily terrified rookie hunter, panics and cries about how they will be dead soon as there is no escape. Seeing her ugly crying face, Power bursts out laughing as Hirokazu shouts at her to stop mocking the frightened Kobeni. Instead of worrying, Denji happily took a nap as he figured they had all the time in the world. Himeno reflects on her past with Aki, recalling how she taught him to smoke and encouraged him to fight back against life's injustices. Denji finally got emotional as he yells at Aki for cheating and getting a free, indirect kiss when he took a puff of Himeno's half-smoked cigarette. The devil that Power killed earlier expanded into a monstrous blob of flesh and offers to form a contract with the group, saying that it will let them off unharmed if they kill Denji. Hearing this, Kobeni charged Denji with a knife but was disarmed and knocked unconscious by the senior hunters. Himeno tried to attack the devil with her ghost devil powers, but that only made it enlarge. Denji tried to call the devil's bluff, but Himeno explains that a devil cannot go back on their word once they form a contract. Although Hirokazu tried to reason that sacrificing Denji is the most logical move, Aki deduces that the enemy's fixation indicates that it is worried of Denji. As the group dissolves into further chaos, the enemy reveals itself to be the Eternity Devil, and Aki was severely wounded when he shielded Denji from Kobeni's knife. Inspired by Aki's resolve, Denji deduces that the Eternity Devil is afraid of his chainsaw powers, and that although it may be unkillable, it was still capable of feeling pain. Pulling his ripcord and reminding Himeno of the French kiss she promised him, Denji leaps into the Eternity Devil's mouth and prepares to transform. The Eternity Devil mocks Denji that it is pointless to attack since its heart is elsewhere, but Denji continues to slash and hack away. Whenever he was damaged, Denji bites into the Eternity Devil and drank its blood to regain strength, even taunting that the disgusting blood tastes a lot sweeter when he sees the Eternity Devil in pain. Himeno recalls a conversation with her mentor Kishibe, who explained that devils fear crazy devil hunters as the logical ones tend to hesitate in fear, which strengthens the devils they face. Aware that Aki will definitely die if he faces the Gun Devil as he was too kind and normal as a person, Himeno suspects that Denji's craziness might make him uniquely capable of fighting the Gun Devil. Denji is knocked unconscious, but Himeno uses her Ghost Devil hand to reawaken Denji by pulling his ripcord so as to keep him going. Denji repeatedly attacks the Eternity Devil and drank its blood to regain energy, a strategy no sane person would come up with against an enemy who was impossible to kill. This endless carnage continues for 3 days, during which Denji repeatedly attacks the Eternity Devil, until it finally reveals its heart and begs him to kill it and end its suffering as it was unable to bear the pain any longer. The group's nightmare came to an end at last as they exited the hotel. Holding the Gun Devil's fragment, Denji collapses from exhaustion after fighting for 3 straight days without sleep as Himeno rushes to catch him. Suggesting a party to address tensions as Kobeni and Hirokazu are both overwhelmed with guilt over trying to kill Denji, Himeno expressed her curiosity about Denji over the Eternity Devil's fixation on him and Makima's unusual interest. At the welcome party, everyone introduced themselves as Himeno teases Denji about her promised kiss, declaring that she will deliver it once she's drunk enough. An excited Denji tried to control himself when Makima suddenly arrived and asked about who he was getting a kiss from. Desperate for the kiss, yet dreading Makima witnessing it, Denji diverts attention by mentioning the Gun Devil fragment he found. Aki adds that more devils possessing Gun Devil fragments are appearing and speculates about their connection to Denji. Questioning Makima about it, she promises Aki that she will tell him more if he outdrinks her. As the party devolves into chaos, Himeno passionately kisses Denji, who enjoyed it too much to pull away, even though Makima was watching. Things took a disgusting turn as Denji realizes that the drunk Himeno has thrown up in his mouth and he instinctively swallowed the vomit. Helping Denji in the washroom as he throws up, Hirokazu admits that he envies Denji's talent as a devil hunter. With tears and drool covering his face, Denji angrily questions if he is really somebody to be jealous of. After the party, Denji wakes up to find himself on Himeno's bed as she mounts him and fed him beer through her mouth. Playfully asking what Denji is doing in her apartment, Himeno shows annoyance that Makima seems to be getting so much attention from the guys. Pressing her body to his, Himeno lies down beside Denji and asks if he would like to do it with her. Himeno begins undressing Denji when she notices something in his pocket. As she took out a half-eaten lollipop, Denji recalls Makima sharing it with him earlier after his horrible first kiss experience, reassuring him that there are many new and wonderful experiences waiting for him. Deciding that he wants to save his first time for Makima, Denji ends up passing on Himeno's offer as she passes out from the alcohol. The next morning, Himeno admits she doesn't remember much and asks Denji if she took advantage of him. Denji reveals that he's saving his first time for Makima, which amuses Himeno, who is relieved she didn't cross a line with a minor. Himeno speculates about Denji's feelings for Makima and proposes that she will help him win her over if he helps her get closer to Aki. Agreeing to help, Himeno declares that they are now friends. Makima travels to Kyoto to meet her superiors, but as her train enters a tunnel, the passengers sitting around her suddenly got up and shot her in the head. Elsewhere, other public devil hunters are ambushed simultaneously. Denji's team were having their meal when he hears gunshots, and a man seated next to their table started talking to himself about his grandfather. Taking out a photograph and showing Denji, it turns out that his grandfather was the old man from the Yakuza. Before the group could react, the man pulled out his gun and shoots Denji in the head, stating that the Gun Devil was after him. Power immediately punches the man as Aki summons the Fox Devil, who swallows the attacker up, but warned Aki that this enemy is neither human nor devil. As the transformed enemy burst out from the Fox Devil's head with katanas on both arms and his head, Aki was forced to take out his sword, which reduces his lifespan significantly each. Each strike Aki makes invokes the Curse Devil, and upon the third hit, the Curse Devil appears and immediately kills the Katana Man. Aki turns to check on an injured Himeno, but a mysterious woman appears and revives Katana Man. In the blink of an eye, he slashes Aki and gravely injures him. Power says that she is unable to match the Katana Man's speed, and a desperate Himeno offers everything she has to the Ghost Devil in exchange for its full power. Accepting the sacrifice, the Ghost Devil fully manifests to fight Katana Man. Himeno reflects on Aki's kindness as her limbs vanish one by one. Just as victory seems imminent, the mysterious woman summons the Snake Devil, which instantly swallows the Ghost Devil. Aki turns to see that Himeno has vanished entirely, leaving only her clothes behind. The Ghost Devil pulls Denji's cord and awakens his chainsaw form before vanishing as well. Confronting Katana-man and the mysterious woman, Akane, Denji declares that he loves killing bad guys since no one ever complains about their deaths. As he engages Katana-man in a fierce battle, the two of them were evenly matched until reinforcements arrived. Taking one of them hostage, Denji instructs Katana-man to give up, but the unfazed enemy swiftly slices both of them in half. Reverting to his human form, Katana Man states that all of Denji's allies should be dead as they are just human and helpless against guns. Makima's assassins were about to leave when they saw her standing up and very much alive. As the train arrives at a station, Makima steps out as her assassins lie dead in the cabin. She reassures the two devil hunters waiting for her that the blood on her do not belong to her, and requested for 30 sentenced to life convicts to be brought to a shrine. With everybody blindfolded, Makima orders the convicts to repeat specific names as she performs an unknown ritual, and the convicts collapse after doing as told. Around the country, Katana Man's comrades are mysteriously crushed to death by an invisible force. Remotely eliminating the enemies, only Katana Man and Akane were left alive by Makima as they realized this must be her doing, and they prepared to grab the unconscious Denji and escape. They were forced to retreat before they could do so when Kobeni, who survived the earlier ambush due to Hirokazu's sacrifice, appeared and took on both at the same time. She seems to have transformed from a useless crybaby into the badass devil herself. Holding Denji and thinking about her dead teammate Hirokazu, Kobeni breaks down and apologizes for trying to kill him previously. As Makima arrives back in Tokyo, Madoka informs her that most members of the special divisions are dead, and the remaining survivors will merge under her leadership. Resigning as a public devil hunter, Madoka asks if she anticipated this brutal attack, to which Makima mysteriously replies that she can't disclose public safety's internal matters to private citizens. Aki wakes up in a hospital bed only to find Denji and Power sitting beside him bickering over an apple. Finding out that most of his comrades are dead, Denji left one apple behind for Aki as they left him behind to deal with his emotions. The cursed devil informs Aki that he has 2 years left to live after his usage of the cursed sword. Not realizing that Denji was still around, Aki cried as he thinks about Himeno's death, and Denji was left wondering about his lack of sadness over the death of the first person to call themselves his friend. Denji briefly questions whether he has lost his human emotions together with his human heart, but dismisses the thought immediately. Denji and Power meet Makima at a cemetery, and she explains that recent events prove that enemies are targeting Denji. Stating that she's too busy to train them, Makima introduces them to Himeno's former master, Kishibe, who only wants to hear their answers to his 3 questions: how they feel about their comrades' deaths, whether they want revenge, and whose side are they on. Hearing their nonchalant answers and zero interest in vengeance, Kishibe remarks that such detachment is rare and states that training will begin immediately. Introducing himself as a Special Division 1 devil hunter who loves booze, women, and killing devils, he grabs them and snaps their necks. After reviving them with blood, Kishibe explains that he will keep killing them until they become capable enough to defeat him, the strongest devil hunter. Kishibe muses that they make ideal playthings with their semi-immortality before proceeding to wipe the floor with the both of them. Michiko and Yutaro, the 2 devil hunters who were waiting for Makima, visited Aki and advised him to either quit or get better prepared. They informed Aki that he is unable to rely on the powers of either the Fox Devil or Curse Devil as he has overused them. Aki firmly states that he will not stop until the devil that killed his family and friends is dead. Himeno's sister visits Aki and hands him handwritten letters from Himeno, revealing her concerns about Aki's safety and desire for him to quit. After an entire day of getting ragdolled by Kishibe, Denji and Power decide that they must fight smart. Using 100% of their brain power, the pair set up a trap which Kishibe counters easily, noting Power's overuse of blood and Denji's failure to prepare for a counterattack. Denji relaxes after he praised their efforts and called it a day only to get impaled in the head by a knife. Kishibe reminds them to never trust anyone completely. Michiko and Yutaro escort Aki to a secure facility where he will make a contract with the powerful Future Devil, warning him that such contracts come with severe terms. Undeterred, Aki enters the cell where the Future Devil awaits. Aki meets the eccentric Future Devil who asks for a peek into his future before deciding on the terms of their contract. Laughing at what it saw, the Future Devil agrees to grant its power to Aki for free as it sees him dying in the worst possible way. Rejecting the offer to hear about his death, Aki allows the devil to reside in his eye as they form a contract. Kishibe praises the improvement that Denji and Power have achieved and warns them to stay calm in battle when the adrenaline hits. He informs them that they will be going up against Akane and Katana Man the next day, and that they will need to apply everything he has taught them to win the upcoming battle. Meanwhile, Akane and Katana Man discuss their options as it is revealed that they have an entire army of infectious zombies at their disposal. Kishibe expresses to Makima that he has grown somewhat attached to the 2 devils and questions her about her knowledge of the earlier mass attack on public devil hunters. Makima states her only goal is to save as many people as possible from devils, to which Kishibe replies that she is full of shit. Yutaro questions Aki on his ambitious mission to eliminate the gun devil, calling him delusional as he has struggled against much weaker enemies. Aki ignores the insults and acknowledges that he is unlikely to succeed, but plans to die trying anyway. Makima meets up with Katana Man's Yakuza boss, who reveals that his subordinates have signed contracts with the gun devil. Makima requests the names of everyone in the Yakuza and takes out a small bag when the Yakuza boss refuses. Saying that she is perfectly aware of the importance of necessary evil, Makima reveals that the bag contains the eyeballs belonging to family members of the Yakuza, and that her team can restore them if she gets the list of names. The newly formed Special Division 4, comprising almost entirely of non-humans, assaults Katana Man's hideout and wipe out the zombie army quickly. Kishibe warns the police chief that they should prioritize sealing off the area, considering the danger his Special Division members will pose to the public if they were to escape into the city. Splitting up to search the building, Aki finds Akane waiting for him, and to his anger, she summons Himeno's ghost devil to battle. Although he has the newfound power to see a few seconds into the future, Aki is still overwhelmed by the ghost devil as it grabs him and proceeds to strangle him to death. As Aki struggles in the ghost devil's grip, a memory of Himeno taking back a cigarette and promising to return when he's older surfaces in his mind. As the ghost devil unexpectedly releases Aki and offers him a cigarette with Himeno's handwriting, he recalls that the devil relies on sensing fear from its enemies as it lacks eyes to see with. Thanking Himeno for the advice, Aki calmly approaches and decapitates the ghost devil. A stunned Akane attempts to summon the snake devil, but before she could issue a command, Kobeni was already at her throat with a knife. Aki asks why she stayed with public safety, and Kobeni shamefully replies that bonus season is coming soon. Denji is disgusted by the sight of Power munching on a zombie arm as she declares that all meat is the same to her. Seeing a large horde of zombies outside the lift, Denji suggests staying quiet, but Power immediately announces her presence loudly. She charges into battle and instructs Denji to watch her back, but Denji just closes the lift door and left her fighting alone. As the lift doors open again, Denji confronts Katana-man, who offers to chat instead of fight. He insists that Denji killed his grandfather and questions his conscience, but Denji was not bothered by the grandfather's death at all. As both transformed and battled, they fought their way out of the building and crashed onto a moving train. Catching their breaths, Denji exclaims that he wants to protect his new lifestyle, and they continue their battle. Smashing Denji into the interior of the train, Katana-man unleashes his signature swift slash and cuts off both of Denji's arms. Refusing to give up, Denji states that he still has the chainsaw on his head. This turns out to be just a diversion as he splits Katana-man into two, with a hidden chainsaw on his leg instead. As Katana-man wakes up restrained in his human form, Denji mocks him and challenges Aki to see who can make him scream louder from nutshots. Although initially disapproving, Aki changes his mind after glancing at the cigarette from Himeno, and the pair took turns kicking Katana-man's crotch. Makima later reports that the attack was orchestrated by Akane, who was killed by the snake devil in a possible involuntary suicide. In the final scene, Denji is dreaming again of the mysterious door. Sensing Pochita behind it, he got excited, but Pochita warns him not to open the door under any circumstances. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.